I want to thank God this morning that I do have a Heavenly Father that loves me, and He's always with us. He's always wanting us to have the good, and He never leaves us or forsakes us. This morning, if I have to name this, it would be Storms of Life. And we're going to be in Psalms 107, starting at verse 23. And it says, "They that go down to the seas in ships, that do business in great waters, these see the works of the Lord and his wonders in the deep. For he commandeth and raiseth the stormy wind, which lifteth up the waves thereof. They mount up to the heaven, they go down again to the depths. Their soul is melted because of trouble. They reel to and fro and stagger like a drunken man and are at their wits' end. They that cry unto the Lord in their trouble, and he bringeth them out of their distresses. He maketh the storm a calm, so that the waves thereof are still." Life is full of storms, and we have to go through them. It's not going to be easy, to walk the life that we chose to walk. When the storms come, and you see it here recently, you see people wanting to pack up and leave. They don't want to go through that. But we have to go through that, either the hard way or the easy way. But we have somebody that will help us through these storms if we hold on to him. He will calm the seas around us or calm us inside. He will help us through whatever we face. I know some storms are stronger than others, but he's always there to help us through them. We can't pack up and we can't, in the middle of it, just say, "I can't do this." You can do it with the help of the Lord. That's the only help that we have. And I promise, you go through this, the sun will shine. It won't rain forever. The sun will shine sooner or later. It might be longer than you want, but God knows what he's doing. God knows what he needs to do. We've got to put our faith in him, knowing that he's going to take us through it. It don't matter what comes or what goes. We have to know that he is there, and he will, if you decide to hang on to him. If you jump ship, then you're on your own. And that's a bad way to go through it. Because I'm telling you, the things I've went through in my lifetime, if I didn't have God with me, I couldn't have made it. Lord have mercy. There was bad things, but I knew he was with me. Even though when I was little, I knew he was with me. I didn't know much about him, but I knew there was somebody there protecting me because I could feel it. And I could sense, because I should have been dead a long time ago of the things that I went through. But he was there to protect me, and he's here to protect you now. I know the storm may look rough. I know that you think you're going to go down, but you're not. You grab a hold of him and you hang on to him with everything in you. You use your faith knowing that he is for you. He's not against you, and he will help you through whatever you're going through. There is no time right now to be jumping ship, because he's coming. Just like, and I don't mean to bring up bad memories or anything, but like Carol, her husband, yesterday he said, "Well, I could understand if she was sick. I could understand it better, but I don't understand. The doctor said, 3 doctors said that she was fine. She was healthy. She was fine." He said, I can't understand that, but I understand that. It's her time. We can't stop it. We can't stop death. It don't matter what you do or what you wish you'd done or what you could have done or whatever. If it's your time, you're going to go. Ready or not, he's coming and you're going to go. So we have to be prepared. Just like whenever we hear that a storm's coming, a natural storm's coming, people prepare for that. They go down and anchor out. If it's going to be a bad storm, they anchor everything down so it don't blow off. But our spiritual, do you anchor it down to God? Do you hold on to Him? Or are you like these ones I've seen recently, jump ship? I can't do it. Can't, never could. Never could. You've got to get it in your mind and in your heart. If you're going to serve Him, you're going to go through storms. And it's only to strengthen you. It's not to bring you harm, but it's to strengthen you. And He knows what you can handle. Oh, I can't handle this storm. It's too hard. Well, God knows you can handle it. It's your mindset saying that you're not going to. You're letting this world get into you and saying, I can't do this. We've got to anchor into God. We've got to walk hand in hand with God. We can't give up. We can't give it. There's no time right now to give up because He's coming after the people. If you would just look around, or if you would just hear people talking, He's coming. He's going to take us, whether He's coming from the eastern sky or He's coming to get you personally. We don't have no promise. Like Carol, they had a good day, he said. They went out and eat and had a good day until that night. We're not promised. I'm sure she wasn't thinking, or he wasn't thinking, well, tonight at 3 or 4 o'clock she's going to pass away. I'm sure they wasn't thinking that. But it happens that quickly. People's got to get ready. We've got to get in this word. We've got to go by what this is saying. We're not going to make it home if we don't. And my time could be any time. I mean, it don't have to be tonight. It could be any time today. Or whenever my number is up, I mean, we're gone. In Philippians 4:13, it says, I can do all things through Christ which strengthen me. This is a promise from God. This is the promise that Christ will empower you for anything you must face. He will make you ready for anything and equal to all challenges. By infusing you with inner strength, God will never put you in a position to do something without giving you the strength and stability to do it. That's only if you want that. That's only if you want His strength. But if you have in your mindset that you're going to do whatever, that you don't care, or whatever, you're not going to make it through that storm. It's going to take you down because there is strong storms. We've got to know who is our strength, who is our help, who is the one that's going to help us. And by that, you have to have faith, knowing that He is for us and not against us. And He's not doing things to you to be mean to you. He's strengthening you. And He knows you can make it through it if you have that mindset that you're going to make it through it. With Him, you're going to make it through it, not on your own. We can't just do things on our own and expect that we're going to make through. He is our way, and we've got to prepare the way for Him. Just like they was reading this morning in Luke. John prepared the way for Him to come into the cities. We've got to prepare for His coming we've got to let everybody know. If you feel in your heart that you should do something, do it. Don't wait, because we might not get that opportunity to be able to do it. Because like I said, we don't know when is their last time, our last time. We don't know this. But we've got to be about our Father's business. We've got to be sincere about it. People are just like, oh, well. You just see them. I mean, like I always told you, I'm a people person watcher. I always watch people and their way they do and stuff. And some people just don't care. They just don't care. It's all about them. It's not all about you no more. When you give your life to Christ, it's all about Him, not you. And it's about other people. You've got to care about other people. You can't just care about yourself, what you want. It's not the way it works. You've got to care about other people and God. You've got to put yourself aside. But so many people are so selfish. They are so selfish, and they're all in themselves. What good is that doing you? It's not doing you nowhere. It's not getting you nowhere. But I promise, and I know this for a fact, if you praise your way through the storm, it goes a lot easier. It really does. Even though the outcome might be what you wouldn't expect it to be, it goes a lot easier. But you got to praise your way through that storm. That way you won't be looking all around you and everything falling around you. You won't see that. You won't be worried about what's going on around you. You're going to be looking toward Him. And it's so much easier. But when you go through life negative, through this storm negative, it's only going to be harder on you. And you make other people around you miserable just the same. You're just thinking about you. That's all you're thinking about. But if you put your eyes on Jesus, and you praise Him through that storm, and you know for a fact He's going to help you through that. One way or another, He's going to help you through this. Then you're going to see it's so much easier. You're not going to have to fight and scrape and carry on ugly. As I tell people, they act ugly. You're not going to act that way. You're going to be positive. There's always a positive in a negative. I don't care what's happening. There's always a positive in that. And you've got to find that. And you will find a positive. If you only will rely on Jesus. Without Him, you're nothing. We're nothing. And I'll speak for myself, I walked this world without Him. And I couldn't imagine going through the things I've went through without Him. Because I don't think I would have made it. If I would have found every negative thing in it, and if I would have just stubbed up and stomped and all the way through it, I don't think I would have made it through it. But I decided long ago, whenever I started serving Him, that I'm going to rely on Him because He's my source. He's my everything. Even whenever I'm in the middle of the night, as Kenny said many a times, many, bless you, Lord. Bless me. Bless me. In the middle of the night when there's nobody else around, I know one I can call on, and He's always there. Always there. He's never failed me in the middle of the night that He was not there. And He will be there through the storms of life. But you got to get a mindset that you want Him there, because He's not going to just push His way in. He's not that kind of person. He is a loving Father, and He wants to be there, but He's not going to push His way. He's not pushy. He's not like us. Some of us is pushy. Some of us wants to be in control. God don't push His way nowhere. If you don't want Him, yes, it hurts Him. But if you want Him, if you truly want Him, He's there for you. He'll be there for you. He might be standing in the distance whenever you think you're going to do the things on your own and just looking at you, wishing you would come back and straighten up. But he's not going to push you to do that. We have freedom. He gives us freedom to choose, and he wants us to choose. Because if he had to make us, what good would that be? Some people don't like to be made to do nothing because they buck up. And I know I used to be that way. I really was. When somebody tried to make me do something, I'd buck up and I'd do the opposite. I would do the opposite. But I thank God that he changed me from that because my life was miserable. It was really miserable, me doing all that. And I thank him for changing me to where now I want to listen. I want to do what he wants me to do. Even though it's hard sometimes, but I thank God he's there to give me the strength to be able to do it. Just like standing up here. Don't think I ever wanted to do it. But he called me to do it. And I want to do the best for him. And he gives me the strength to be able to get up here and do it because I'm really a backward person. But I thank him for giving me the strength and seeing that I'm fit to get up here and do this for him. I thank him for everything he does for me. He is such an awesome God. And if you would get in your heart what a good God and loving God he is and that he is there for you, you would see things different. But you got to take the time to see it. You can't just say, well, I believe it. Well, you don't. You've got to get it in your heart and you've got to get it in your mind and know that he's there. And he's going to always be there. It don't matter what you have to face. Yeah, we've had a lot of death lately. But he's there for us. And these people's made it home. I mean, what are we working to do? Yeah, it's sad when they're not here. But still, we're going to get to see them if we live our life according to the way he wants us to live. We get to see them again and never depart when we get up there. What a party that's going to be. I mean, it's going to be so glorious. Not just to see them, but I can't wait to see the disciples and Jesus and God and the paradise that he's prepared for me. I can't wait to see all this. But while we're living down here, while we're waiting for him to call us, we need to hang on. Hang on to him. Don't let go for no amount of time. Because when you let go a little bit, some people like to do a dab of do you. A little religion will do you. There ain't no such a thing as that. There is no little religion will do you. You've got to be faithful and you've got to get in. You've got to praise him. You've got to pray. You've got to fast. You've got to read. You've got everyday life, pick up your cross, as they've been saying. You've got to pick up that cross daily. We can't lay it down for a day or a week, go on vacation, because when that vacation's over with, you're going to be in the world. You ain't going to even want to pick up that cross because it's too heavy, it's too thorny, it's too this, it's too that, because you want to complain about everything. We've got to stop it. We've got to stop this. And we've got to go his way, or there's no way with him. You've got to do it his way. You can't do it your way. And you've got to start loving people, and you've got to start loving God. When you love God, and when you love people, you'll love God, I promise your life will go so much easier. It will go so much easier when you submit yourself to that and quit fighting against it, that I've always done what I want to do, and nobody's going to tell me to do this, and nobody's going to tell me to do. Stop with that attitude. It ain't getting you nowhere. Has it helped you all these years? Nope. And I speak experience of that before. You know, it never got me nowhere. Until I truly submitted my life to God, that's whenever I was getting somewhere. And you can see the sun shining. It's not always going to rain. The sun will come out sooner or later, but you've got to endure it. You've got to want to go through it. You've got to want to serve him. So if you find yourself in a mindset that I'm not going to listen, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, stop and hit your knees and say, God, help me. I want this out of me. And you've got to ask for him to take it out of you. He's not just going to take it out of you. You've got to want to surrender it at the foot of the cross and say, I don't want this no more. I don't want this mindset no more. Lord, I'm surrendering it to you, and leave it there. Don't pick it up whenever you're having a bad day or somebody's not doing what you want them to do or whatever. Don't pick it back up. Leave it, and don't be looking in saying, God, how's it going down there? How are you doing with it? Is it about gone, or... Don't do that. Leave it alone. Walk away from it. But he will take that out of you. I know. He will take that mindset out of you. Because we're all here for one thing, to make heaven our home. And we've got to go the way he wants us to go, not the way we think that we can go. You can't sneak in. Whenever everybody's going through, you can't sneak around them and sneak in. You will be stopped. So don't. Give up the mindset. Give up that negative mindset. Because you're just trying to make everybody around you miserable. But if they truly got God, you don't make them miserable. I hate to boast or boble, but they don't. If they have a positive outlook on everything, you don't affect them. So you're just wasting your breath and your time. And sooner or later, people won't want to listen to you if you have that negativity. Because I tell mine all the time, I don't want to hear that. Don't even bring it around me, because I don't want to hear you if you're going to talk like that. And 9 times out of 10, they don't talk like that now. They know me. If I give them a look, they're like, nope, I'm not going with my negativity to her, because she ain't going to listen to me. And I won't listen to you. I'll walk off from you. Because I don't want to hear no grumbling and grambling and all this mindset. And nobody else wants to hear it neither. You might think they do, but they don't. So surrender it. Surrender this mindset to him. And don't pick it back up. Because sooner or later you will get through that storm. And we will make it home. We will make it home. I promise, we will make it home. Some might be sooner than later. But we will make it home. If you truly want to make it home, you've got to surrender this. And you've got to quit it. And we've got to go his way. So if everybody find a place to pray.